The travel.
You sit first.
Travel desk.
Now you sit here.
He's saying that up to you. You book. If a thing gets cancelled, you pay.
No. The point is, the money is there. It is your money. Where is the money?
Have you got it?
So you will get eventually.
No. So what?
So eventually.
Eventually means tomorrow you will get it.
But if you have to do the booking today.
You take my card, yeah.
No, I can use my card. That's not.
So you take your card, use it.
No, but you
use
can
it.
always.
That's what I'm asking.
No, you can always ask the travel desk to book the tickets for you. As simple.
No. It's not
these
about
are
the
not
tickets.
It's a stay.
Or stay.
It's about the hotel.
No, they're saying this you have to do, na?
Who is saying?
The desk, the travel desk.
Travel desk.
Yes.
Why? So you tell them I don't have money.
No, they can do it and deduct the money.
Okay, I'll. That's what I'm asking you. What is the solution?
There is no. Yeah, come on, yeah. It's not a mystery.
Right now.
Because 4 lakh is a huge amount. I
Would not want to
For
take
him?
the risk.
No,
I agree.
actually,
For him,
No, at least for me. because-
somebody who'd misplaced bills worth 1 lakh.
So he can, but I'm saying, for me, I don't even know if I'll be able to see that kind of an amount in my entire lifetime.
Yeah, I heard you have sometimes carrying bags with more amount in.
When?
Sometimes the bags have.
Never.
Hey,
Yeah. The
When?
nice brown Gucci, not Gucci bags. What are those bags?
Louis Vuitton.
Are they Louis Vuitton?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Louis Vuitton, whatever.
Yes.
Nikhil,
My condition is like this bar stool.
what?
Right? Suddenly it has stopped making noise. Huh?
No, what is the condition of
Immediately
the?
stops making noise.
Huh?
And noise very inconsistent, just like the Indian cricket team selection nowadays.
A rickety.
What is the inconsistency they're talking about?
Okay, first before I get to that, have you guys played Scrabble or Jumble or
Never.
Crossword?
Never.
Crossword, yes.
Okay,
Scrabble, yes.
Scrabble. I mean, it's like a mumbo jumbo, right? You have to figure out where the right word goes where and all this.
Letters, yeah.
Is that easy now compared to the Indian cricket team selection that is happening?
What's the problem with the selection?
Problem is, number one, from Qatar all the way to New Zealand, Sanju Samson.
As in,
That.
as in,
Total support. I mean, overwhelming support. Instead of hashtag justice for Sanju, hashtag we support Sanju.
that's fine. But what's the problem?
Second, which player gets the longer rope or shorter rope? Too much of rotation, that's happening.
No, but then that's history. We're talking about now, not
Even
then.
now, first match, Sanju played 36 or 38.
And you lost.
You lost.
You lost because you didn't have a bowling option to fall back upon.
Yeah. Sixth bowling option that you take, Deepak Hooda, Deepak Chahar, but 3 spinners, 3 pacers. In New Zealand, I can understand in India, but in New Zealand, 3 spinners, 3
What
pacers.
would have been your options? You tell me.
Okay, what
So if you were to select the Indian team in the second ODI,
Yes.
what would have been the 11?
Okay, the problem what happened is that Shardul Thakur got injured. I would have persisted with Shardul if he was fit.
Okay.
Shardul, Deepak Chahar, Arshdeep, Umran, and Washington Sundar and Yajuvendra Chahal. These would have been my 6.
And you would have played with 5 batsmen.
Then at number 6, you would have had
Washington
Shardul
Sundar.
Washington Sundar,
Washington Sundar.
Shardul, Deepak Chahar, number 8.
Thakur. Sorry?
Shardul at 7, Deepak
Yeah.
Chahar 8.
Chahar at 8. That would have been my.
But that would have been very risky.
Yeah.
You know, again, the balance would have tilted. What if you were 20 for 3 and or 24 for 4?
And
Then
and also hats off to the way Washington Sundar played. But before that innings, how many of us would have trusted Washington Sundar to play an innings like that, the one that he played?
Yeah.
and that was a cameo,
Yeah,
a
37
fantastic
of
one,
16, yeah.
a fantastic one. But then again, you would need somebody who's a pure batsman at number 6. And I'm not saying that Deepak Hooda is, but he was in the World Cup team. So how do you then, if you took Deepak Hooda to the World Cup, and then all of a sudden you discard him, there would have been hashtag justice for Deepak Hooda as well.
Albeit less than
I
Sanju.
think
would have been.
I think it's very simple. If you talk only and only about the batting credentials of both the batsmen, Deepak Hooda, Sanju Samson, I'll any day pick Sanju Samson.
And that is why he played in the first ODI.
Ahead of
he got
Deepak
runs.
Hooda. So I think the problem is with the selection. With the selection, as in the people who were sent on that tour of New Zealand. As simple as that for me, because they didn't realize that they can actually face a problem like this during this tour or this series. It was just, and even the captain or the team management didn't realize in the first game. They thought that they have enough arsenal in that bowling attack to trouble the New Zealand
But this problem
batters.
is happening very often.
No,
Now,
that's what I'm
Asian Cup
saying.
you went with 3 fast bowlers. I'm saying if the problem is selecting the
Yes,
squad only,
exactly,
again and again.
exactly.
So your fault.
But most of your fast bowlers have also been injured. I mean, you don't have too many
No,
options.
but only Bumrah is injured.
Yeah, only Bumrah is injured. Then you've
The Chair
already
got
done away
injured.
with Mohammad Shami, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and you've got the youngsters. You tell me which fast bowler is not playing in this team, who ideally should have been part of the
No, but
11.
fast bowler is not an issue here.
Yeah.
No, the bowling is.
The problem is the same problem that we've been facing for years now, that you don't have a backup for, say, a Hardik Pandya or a Ravindra Jadeja.
So that's the point.
As simple as
So Hardik Pandya chose to rest. He played in the T20s. He didn't bowl, which means that
one game he didn't bowl.
yeah, because he was careful about
Yeah.
his fitness, and he's also not going to play in Bangladesh.
Yes. Yes.
Which is all the more surprising. Which
Both games he didn't bowl.
I thought
He didn't.
No, he didn't bowl in
He did not bowl at all.
Hardik-
So after the World Cup, he went to New Zealand, played in the 2 T20s. He didn't bowl.
Didn't
One days he's not playing.
Yeah.
Against Bangladesh in the one days he's not playing.
Yes.
Which means that the next time that you see Hardik Pandya, most likely will be in
January, Sri Lanka series potentially.
again you would not be very sure about that. If it's T20s, maybe yes. If it's one days, maybe not.
because if it is T20, I think definitely yes. Because if he
No, he's the
going-
captain.
Exactly.
So, but
He's
then,
going to lead. He
so
will
Rahul,
definitely
there
lead.
lies the point. He is going to be the captain in T20s, but he is not very sure about his ODI fitness. And then again, since he is a valuable member of your Indian team, you would want to cotton wool him for the next year's World Cup.
Yes.
Which would mean that you would rotate him, give him rest, and not bowl him in some of the games. That will also disturb your balance. See, again, you would need a plan B with Hardik and without Hardik.
No, the problem.
So you've not shortlisted any player.
The problem is India have plans B to Z. There is just no planning.
Yeah, where are the players? You tell me.
Rotation, rest management, workload.
No, no, no. You tell me. Is there a replacement for Hardik Pandya in white ball cricket?
No one.
An ideal replacement.
No, you were preparing one, but you forgot.
No, you were preparing many, by the way. You were preparing
Venkatesh.
Shivam Dubey,
Shivam Dubey.
Venkatesh
Vijay
Iyer.
Shankar, Venkatesh Iyer. There were many
So
actually.
maybe you were barking up the
forgot
wrong
there
tree.
is a stark
No, but
contrast.
you discarded them very soon.
Very soon.
No, no.
And there's a, but I think also there's a
Very
stark contrast. I'm sorry to say that stark contrast between the quality of a Hardik Pandya and maybe others.
So you would never get a Hardik Pandya. You would never get a Hardik Pandya, and I think Venkatesh Iyer played for India a little too soon.
Exactly.
Again, two wrongs don't make a right. I'm not saying in the case of Venkatesh Iyer you were barking up the wrong tree. He was a young, talented fellow. You should have persisted with him, not having played him in every India game, but then we should have been part of the team, the system. Now the point is, you've all of a sudden discarded him. I'm not very sure about his performances in the domestic cricket. If he had performed outstandingly well, we would have known.
So far in this edition of the Mushtaq Ali, he's done well for Madhya Pradesh. But Madhya Pradesh are not in the knockouts.
And Vijay Hazare?
Vijay Hazare only I'm saying. He's
Okay.
been in good form in both SMAT and VHT.
So the selectors would have to look at him. I remember the selectors went to Raj Angad Baba a little too soon again.
Yes.
That guy was playing in the under-19s. I'm not very sure about his fitness, but he played for India A.
Yeah. Yash Dhool is also in the India A.
No, he's a batsman. So I'm talking about the all-rounders. In fact, one guy that ideally can be part of your Indian cricket system very soon is Nishant Sindhu. Now this guy was a good all-rounder in the Under-19 World Cup.
Yep.
He played Ranji Trophy for Haryana.
Haryana.
He played Dulip Trophy. He did very well. Now this guy, Nishant Sindhu, who can bowl left-arm spin,
Yes.
who can bat at number 6, 7 or 5 or wherever, he was not part of the Irani Trophy team.
No.
So when you say you don't have all-rounders, do you groom them? What is an all-rounder? I think in India, an all-rounder is somebody who's a bowler who can bat.
Yeah.
Even
An all-rounder can be or should be a batsman who can bowl.
Yeah.
Look at the World Cup 2011. You had Sachin Tendulkar, you had Sehwag, you had Yuvraj, Raina. All of them could bowl. And before them,
Except
you had
for
Saurav Ganguly.
Yes.
You had Saurav Ganguly who could bowl. So that is the real all-rounder. I'm not saying a bowler who can bat is not an all-rounder. But do you have a Hardik Pandya? Is there a Kapil Dev? Who was the last all-rounder, a bowler who could bat? Maybe Ajit Agarkar? Irfan Pathan?
Irfan Pathan.
So again, Irfan Pathan, Ajit Agarkar played in an era when you also had Suresh Raina, you also had Yuvraj Singh, you had Sachin Tendulkar, Saurav Ganguly, Sehwag, who could bowl. So 2011 World Cup you won because of the all-rounders, not those who could, not those bowlers who could bat,
Yeah.
but batsmen who could bowl. So you'll have to create those players. You'll have to give chances to them.
That is the problem.
Lakshmi has come, please.
Lakshmi, yes. Sands. Lakshmi's through the sands. Vikrant sir, hypothetically, if you were a close friend of Sanju.
He's a regular watcher, I think.
Okay.
Sands.
Hypothetically.
Must be Sandeep.
Sandeep. If you are a close friend of Sanju and who has played at state level.
Are you a close friend of Sanju?
No, I'm not.
Acha. He's
I'm not.
hypothetically, if you-
I'm not friends with any of the cricketers now.
generally
Yeah,
ask.
I cannot be.
Yeah.
I'm an elder statesman. Even though I don't qualify as a sports journalist, but I've been in the profession for 25 years, and Sanju Samson would be around the same age.
So he plays
You're
for
a
the
YouTuber.
No, I'm just a cricket fanatic.
No, you play for STPL in the under 30s, no?
No, yaar, come on.
Huh?
I'm going to be 50, yaar. So let's say, hypothetically, if
yeah.
I were to be a close friend or a supporter of Sanju, what would I tell him?
Friends,
Tell
you
him to
met
be in a
good
good
friends in
mental
Australia, good friends you met,
Who?
cricketers who came and just tapped you and
Oh, and I couldn't recognize them.
Yeah.
See, age
You're good
caught up with
friends.
me.
You're saying
Age,
I'm not good
age
friends.
caught up with me. So Nikhil told me that the person who was tapping me on my back was person X.
Oh my God.
And we were just a meter
Player
apart.
X.
15 minutes. 15 minutes we were talking.
Okay.
Yeah. He still didn't know who he is.
Because of the mask, obviously. And
We met at a restaurant and
Yeah.
we were going
Yeah.
and they were leaving.
one I-
Adelaide.
no, this
It
was
Sydney.
Sydney. Okay.
the location. Is
At
that
restaurant.
important? Yeah, at a
Went to
restaurant.
the restaurant. And
Yes. So what?
Across the Darling Harbour.
met a-
So, no, see, Sanju Samson, I would not say he's unlucky. Anybody who's part of the Indian cricket system is lucky. And he is there not just because somebody knows him or he's lucky, because he scored runs.
Yeah.
And this year people are talking about him because he scored consistently. He's been very consistent. Even in the first one day, he was very consistent.
Yeah.
He got important runs when you needed a partnership.
Yes.
And I think the Indian cricket system has to, again, there are two ways of there are two ways for the selections. A, rejection. Most of the times in the last few years we've seen you get players to reject them. You get them, you give them chances, and then you say, no, let's go on to the next one. So this is rejection.
Bubblegum theory.
Another one is inclusive cricket, which means that I get you in the team. You do well, you don't do well, I give you opportunities.
Yes.
Because I want you in the team. Sanju Samson must be feeling that he is not as wanted in the Indian cricket setup as somebody else is. And people would now talk about Rishabh Pant. I think that is true. Maybe the selectors, the coaches, the captain and the coach, they want Rishabh Pant in the team. That is why Rishabh Pant has been given ample opportunities and he wasted all of them.
Yeah, I think
This
now
year has
the
been a
heat is
very-
on.
In
Yes.
T20
Now the heat is on him.
You can argue for
He has to.
T20As only. He's wasted his opportunity, not for ODIs.
ODIs
He
are-
has to also now see there is some sort of a repercussion or spillover that will happen. If you're looking at Sky coming into ODI setup because of his good T20 form, and similarly, I think Rishabh will have to pay the price for some not great performances in T20 and ODI. I think the team has been mindful of the fact that he's a good ODI player, so they've persisted with him. But that rope will be now shot up because of him being out of form in T20. So also he has to step up. I'm sure he knows that. And by the way, it's not unprecedented. He was out of the setup where he was dropped from all three formats. Can happen.
18.
Again, I'm sure he's wary of that. Took him some great performances and tests to come back.
Exactly. He was not part of that first test in Adelaide
Yeah,
when India
yeah.
were bowled out for 36. It was only So at times, for him at least, it was a blessing in disguise. In fact, for the entire Indian team, and it was a blessing in disguise, if I can say it now. That 36 all out,
yeah.
because thereafter Melbourne you won, then you drew in Sydney, and then won in Perth.
Well, there are trigger moments in life, as in sport.
Brisbane, sorry.
So I think 36 all out was a trigger moment. It forced you to look inwards. It forced you to go beyond the stardom. Yeah. And that is when you clicked as a team, you won the series. But I think Indian cricket now, this World Cup has to be used, this World Cup defeat has to be used as the next trigger moment. I'm sure with the new selection committee, I don't know who all are going to be there. There's a possibility that you may have a couple of same selectors as well.
In fact, I think in next couple of days, today is 28th. I think Monday. Before the Indian team leaves
first se start
for Bangladesh,
there will be a Rahul,
Rohit Sharma I think might be asked, or he might be given the roadmap ahead that focus on Test and ODIs and T20s. Hardik Pandya is being given.
No, but then
I think he would know by now.
I think they would have known before the World Cup.
The World Cup.
I think that will be informed formally or officially. I think a lot of people.
No, I think even if India had won the World Cup, even if India had won the World Cup, they ought to have looked ahead.
Yes.
I mean, again, this happens with the subcontinent only.
It's not just limited to your split captaincy. There is a possibility that there could be a good discussion about your split coaching.
Oh, there has to be. There has to be. I mean, again, I don't want all the Indian cricket fans to keep writing off World Cups here every year. We've written off so many. Somebody would say bad 15 minutes, somebody would say half an hour. This time we've not heard anything. But the fact is that your Indian cricket cannot be so regressive that you go into a World Cup semi-final with the thought that you've got to play out the first 10 overs without losing wickets. I mean, it's a T20 game. You either win, you lose. You can't draw a game, yaar. 10 overs you are batting in a World Cup semi-final at the Adelaide Oval, a smaller ground. We've measured the boundaries as well. The side boundaries, honestly, are smaller than CK PlayStation.
Yes.
Yes.
On a perfect batting wicket. And you get 62 runs in the first 10 overs without losing too many wickets, because that was your mindset. And I'm not blaming just the players. The coach, the coaching system, everybody.
You got it after having the advantage of having played in the same ground where Leighton Das
gave you an indication.
What is the way to play there. So I'm saying, had it just come as a bolt from the blue,
and Nikhil, you're playing T20s in 2022. Yeah, this is not
2003.
This is not 1984.
See what he's saying.
Yeah, let's take lots of super chats. So we'll quickly take all the one by one. Roy SP.
I believe ban series can be interesting, especially to prepare spin dens. Would India want Shreyas Iyer? Also, I feel Ishan Kishan will be sidelined soon again. Problem of plenty again.
Problem of plenty?
Ishan, I think he's right.
Plenty of problems.
No, but then what is problem of plenty? It is when you've got good choices to choose from. When you've got that basket where you've got good choices to make. Ishan Kishan, if he is sidelined, or Sanju Samson if he is sidelined, or Rishabh Pant if he is sidelined, they've got to blame themselves.
Yes.
Not anybody else. There was a period in time in Indian cricket from 1996 till about 2008, where only Yuvraj Singh could play a few test matches, or Mohammad Kaif could play a few test matches, because you had Rahul Dravid, Tendulkar, Saurav Ganguly, Lakshman as your 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
So that was your problem of plenty. That was the competition. The players are lucky that they get to play so many games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just in India where coaches also take rest.
Yes.
And the players had decided well in advance the roadmap. I will rest this series, you rest that series, and we'll go by the bypass and join the team just before the World Cup. No,
but then that's a fault of the BCCI as well. See, if you made them the players so strong as to where they can decide when they have to play, when they don't have to play, then the BCCI should say, yes, you may be a better player here, but this is a guy who is consistently making himself available. So sorry, but I will have to have you as a backup. This guy goes in and starts before. You put that foot down.
Tell me one thing. this tour of New Zealand, the ODI series, 3-match ODI series, you selected a 17-member squad. Okay, 17-member squad. No, not this one. I think, oh yeah, the Bangladesh one. You have a 17-member squad.
And there is no Surya Kumar Yadav in that.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Are you telling me that Surya Kumar Yadav has been dropped?
Bangladesh one or this one?
No, but that is, as you had mentioned, this was picked much before that semi-final.
Nikhil, I know my stint is going to end. You give me a job. Would I want to do a good job or not?
Absolutely, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Would I just want to please a few players?
No, not at all.
And would I not want to change the manner of looking at your team selections?
Absolutely.
I mean, if the selectors were sacked, if they were indeed sacked, I'm sure it wasn't because of the selections.
No.
It was because of the fact
That India
that they
got-
allowed the team management.
Sorry?
No, I think they.
No, the selectors.
Selectors allowed?
They allowed the team management to dictate terms. The last World Cup, this World Cup, you tell me which player was the choice of the selectors and wasn't the choice of the team
No,
management.
but there are other people also.
Who?
Saurav Ganguly, I believe, used to attend the meetings. Then you had the board secretary, Jay Shah, who was the convener. Now you can always blame the board president.
The board secretary will always be the
Now
convener.
you are going by the paper, this thing.
No, he's got to be the convener. Then again, Rahul, you're not going to get seasoned selectors this time also. Nobody who is a big shot.
Ajit Agarkar wasn't picked as the chief
Yeah.
selector. Do you have any reasons?
I have no idea about
No,
that.
you have.
Probably-
Did he apply?
Ye-
Yeah, he
yes,
wanted
did.
to.
He did?
In fact, he was.
Was he shortlisted?
No, he was.
Why?
Because of.
Because he has a voice of his own.
No, it's not just because of his own voice. It was also because there are people and there are influential people who are involved in all these kind of decision
No, but
making.
that's what I'm saying.
And you
So
know it.
why did it not
I
go in
am
his favor?
saying
Because you know
I am
he
saying
can. He
the
will put his
captain
foot
can
down.
be criticized,
Yeah.
can be trolled. The coach and when we talk about the coach, that name is Rahul Dravid, can be criticized.
Legend.
Virat Kohli can be criticized. Rohit Sharma can be criticized. The selectors can be criticized. The board president can be criticized. And
Who cannot be criticized?
there are, I mean, yes. People, if it has to be BCCI, then it has to be a collective responsibility
Yes,
of the
I
board.
agree with him.
Then why did board allow all these things to happen?
No, but I am not running away from that. The fact is, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why did the selectors let others, it could be the team management or the BCCI, to dictate terms? Are these selectors? Were these selectors there just for a cup of tea and biscuits?
So you are saying that
and a monthly salary?
BCCI sacked the selectors because selectors allowed BCCI.
No, I think you just had 4 selectors. Most of them were getting close to their term ending, and there is a possibility, like I said, there could be 1 or 2 names who may be retained. Because it's
They'll
just the
have to reapply.
Yeah, it's a technical thing.
Yeah.
They've not been sacked per se, like
Exactly.
people commented that day. It's just that the posts have been advertised again, and it's as per your Lodha Commission.
Now what happens earlier, the term every second year, the contracts, the BCCI would renew these contracts. Now, after this regime took over, I meant Saurav Ganguly as board president, Jay Shah as the board secretary. I think the contracts, they were now, they would be renewed every year now, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what has happened.
Yeah.
So they didn't renew their
No,
contracts.
but
this time
I
around.
hardly doubted that one of them comes back.
It might be.
And
Because
Nikhil
you don't have
also,
selectors,
and
unfortunately.
Batsman in the West.
It's not even about.
no, there could be the order
It's
could
not
change
even about-
also. No,
It's not even about that.
West may give you a bowler, and then the South may give you a batsman. That could also happen.
There's so many super chats here. Please.
I think what you need to do is, if Indian cricket can afford a coach who gets paid more than $1 million a year, which he deserves, I think you should also pay your selectors well. A reputed cricketer in India should not just think कि मैं commentary कर लेता हूँ, I'll earn my crores, and why should I get into selection where I'm not being paid at all because of the conflict of interest. If you, you know, how much money would you need extra? Let's say, hypothetically, if you were to give your chairman of selectors 2.5 CR a year and the other selectors 2 crore rupees a year, how much is that? It's 12.5 crore rupees, that's it. And you could have men of
Can
repute.
you suggest me a name?
But how does that solve the problem? Just one thing. You had a person of repute in, let's say, AajTak wanting to be there at the given price.
It's not
that you're
about
saying.
money.
Yeah.
It's about
I'm saying how will
whether
that
the
solve
said
the problem?
selector will listen to you or
Is
not.
he a yes man or not?
Exactly.
That is the
exactly.
point.
But again, you know, the point I'm making is if you get, let's say, a Sanjay Manjrekar, for example, a Sanjay Manjrekar in, you pay him well enough and tell Sanjay Manjrekar, Sanjay, you've been commentating and you know, talk about Indian cricket and the ills of Indian cricket and the ways to improve it. Why don't you join as the chairman of selectors?
Fair enough.
So we give you $500,000. You know, we compensate you as per your commentary. You compensated Rahul Dravid as per his IPL and commentary commitments.
No, but if he,
I think
he
and
will
you
not
you
be-
you you know, you compensated VV Lakshman as per his commentary engagements. Why can't you
He took a pay
compensate?
cut, no?
Huh?
VV Lakshman took a pay cut.
No, not at all.
No, I am
is what-
saying
what
but
I-
money may not be the thing. Let's say hypothetically Sanjay Manjrekar is allowed to do it. He may be offered that money, that may be, but would he be okay to be a yes man? He may not be. And in which case they may
I
not
think
want
we
him
are
there.
also preempting situation here.
When
we
you
are
have a
preempting the
situation
fact.
where sometimes commentators are not allowed to say certain things and they have to toe the line.
but-
It's going to be a huge task to expect them to.
It'll go round and round, and you will
I'll
never
give
be
you
able to
example.
get out
The
of it.
problem
You
is
spoke
with the
about-
system.
Yeah.
Trust me, the problem is with the system.
Let us try and correct the system.
was
How
tried.
can you
It
try?
was tried.
We can. This
It
is
was-
you
it was
use this
tried.
as a trigger moment.
The board has always been very, very powerful.
See, you never know, Rahul.
I'll
The
give an
intent,
example.
In
the
terms of
intent
even-
could come back.
Even the selectors, chief selector.
Rahul, the intent could come back. You never know.
No, but it was tried.
You
What
think-
intent?
It was
I want to do something good for the Indian cricket. I'm sure Sanjay Manjrekar wants to do something good. Rahul Dravid, everybody wants to do. Chetan Sharma,
If the
he didn't want
system
to
was
do anything
ready,
good for Indian
they would
cricket.
have got AajTak. If
Exactly.
the system was ready for it.
Exactly.
If the system was ready for it, Mohinder Ramanathan would never have to leave. He was a man of repute,
Yes.
of honor.
There was
But he-
outside intervention.
See,
in the form of
again,
Supreme
if
Court,
you
which
go
led
into
to the
Mazi-
system.
Mazi.
If you go into Mazi, then Mazi will tell you.
We're not going too far.
Mazi will teach
Too
you.
Mazi.
It's like a mirror.
Not too Mazi. I'm talking about recent Mazi also.
Mazi is Mazi. Yesterday was also Mazi.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about recent Mazi. No, Mazi is past.
Yaar, when
Mazi
did the
is
World Cup
past.
happen? When did the World Cup happen?
Recent Mazi.
Mazi.
Yeah.
तो फिर Mazi is Mazi. The World Cup. What did the World Cup teach you? The World Cup taught you that T20s is not going to be played
Which
in
World Cup
primitive
are you
manner.
talking about?
This one.
And the last World Cup?
That was before
We
Mazi.
didn't learn anything from that.
So why did you not learn?
Me, I'm saying I want to do something.
I'll tell you
good.
why.
Chetan Sharma
No, the genesis
Where
of this
our team got
not
pulled out
wanting to
for
learn.
75.
No, the genesis of not wanting to
Genesis
learn
was?
from mistake was 2017.
Yeah.
When you didn't have a BCCI, you had these administrators who were happy with the fact that star Indian players could call them up or they could call them back. That was their claim to fame.
Achha,
They did not put
please
their
tell
foot
what
down.
Mazi
Everybody
is
knows
past.
that.
No, lot of
Arey,
people asking.
everybody
No,
knows.
lot of people are asking. See the comment section.
It's not Mazi.
they are-
Mazi.
It means the past. In the past.
Mazi.
Please one give cricket chronicle of Chandresh. He has sent a super chat.
Great
yaar.
Chronicles
Say
of
hi,
Chandresh.
please give a shout out.
We have
See-
already-
Well, Nikhil, we cut a cake, yeah.
We have
Yeah.
already felicitated
Next one.
the
Next one.
the sports journalist of the year, Nikhil Nas.
Ficky
Yeah,
sports journalist.
Ficky. And by the way,
And what is Ficky? Federation of
Indian Commerce or something.
Chambers.
Chambers and
Institution
Commerce.
Chambers
Yeah,
of
come on,
Commerce.
yaar. You guys, yaar.
You don't know.
इसीलिए I don't take them
He
with
himself
me
doesn't.
to.
You are taking tonight only.
Not to Ficky, na.
Not to 50. So
The Ficky guy called.
cricket.
Our,
Acha.
the Ficky man.
What did he say?
The big boss.
What did he say?
Nothing. Nothing.
He said, Paji, see, I, you know.
No, I said
was-
you are like a brother, yaar. The problem is not you. The problem is the
selection
system.
committee.
System.
No.
The selection
The
committee.
problem is the system. And
the
it is
selection committee also.
No.
Everywhere.
And I'm not saying
So the system is tricky.
See,
Selection committee is
the best man.
selection
The
committee.
best man got the job.
Absolutely.
The best man got the job.
Yes.
But the fact is, there was a first choice who was rejected. There was a second choice who was rejected.
But this is how things.
And there was another choice.
He was rejected.
There was another choice.
No, but this is how
Arey,
you
listen to
give
me, man.
awards, no?
There was
There are nominations.
he's been in.
There are nominations. Then you
And there was
reject
another choice.
those who don't qualify.
Yeah, there was another choice.
Yes, I know.
Who we're going to meet tonight.
Yeah.
Another choice.
No, but
Who's
he
not
was
even a
not-
choice.
But he has said, why was I not?
He was he said he was
flag
the first
bearer.
choice. He was actually he was the first choice.
Yeah.
So
He
the
said, "I
film
should have
fair,
been."
the lifetime achievement award has to go to him. The Mazi award has to go to him. Nikhil is just for 1 year.
The
The
lifetime.
lifetime.
This is the best actor this year, 2022.
So the lifetime filmfare award should
I
have
hope
gone
the
to him.
jury was happy.
Huh?
I don't know.
Who?
The jury, I hope the jury
No, we'll
was
have to see
happy.
the pictures.
You have to see the pictures. Why?
Well, a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Maybe
But we'll have to reclassify sports journalism. We'll have to reclassify sports journalism.
Next question.
Next
Arco
question.
Ray is saying,
Why New Zealand with 5 million people have 11 players in the World Cup and India with 1.4 billion people also get the same representation? India should send 2 teams. Same.
We should say
question.
3 actually.
good question. Huh?
3, 4, 5. Then that way at
This
least
is a good
semis
question.
will be India A versus India B or C.
Yeah.
Then at least one India will make it to the
I know.
final.
Good question.
No, Arco,
We
cannot
can have
happen.
2 teams in 2 different
Cannot
pools.
happen. Like Brazil says that they are a big country, one of the largest in the world, with everyone playing football. Then we should also be allowed to send 2 teams to the FIFA World Cup.
You know, one of
In the
my
history of sport, only one nation
one
has
of
sent
my
2
cricket
teams.
fantasies. One of my
Germany. West Germany is Germany.
But they were different countries.
What?
You're saying one country in the history, one country has sent 2 teams. Germany, West Germany.
West Germany is
So
Germany.
there are 2 countries, na? South Korea and
South
North
Korea,
Korea.
North Korea.
Have you heard of New Caledonia?
North Korea?
New
Huh?
New
Yeah.
Caledonia, yes.
Where is it?
It is in the Pacific Islands.
Yes.
What is the population of that country?
Hardly somewhere close to 100,000.
10,000.
10,000.
Yeah.
बैठ जाओ वहाँ.
बैठ जाओ.
You know, one of my cricket
Just like-
fantasies,
Yeah, just like-
Nikhil, and we must do a show on this on Sports Today,
Yes.
is city versus city. All Mazi. History of Test cricket.
Karachi versus.
Bombay 11 versus Karachi 11 versus Barbados versus
I
maybe
think
Sydney.
Barbados.
Barbados is a country, but
No,
even though
no.
it's very small.
I'm saying the 11 best players
Yeah.
of that city, of that place. Bridgetown.
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 Let it be Bridgetown.
Then
Let's do that one day.
11 from Sydney, New South Wales.
I think Sydney, yes. Sydney,
South Wales.
Yeah.
Bombay,
Victoria.
Sydney, Karachi,
Or do states.
Colombo.
Colombo, yeah.
Why do you forget Colombo?
Yeah.
They won't have an
So
off spinner.
state is easier because then you
No,
can take
yaar.
Barbados, Trinidad, like
Nahi,
that.
yaar, nahi,
Then
nahi,
you'll
nahi.
have
You won't be.
Barbados is a country.
Yeah, so I'm saying you can use it as a state.
No, no,
Because
no,
there are
no.
multiple then put
No,
together.
we'll use it.
We'll just use city. Then like Lara is not Port of Spain actually.
Yeah.
It comes,
Yeah.
so then be tough. I'm saying do states. So you look at
Chalo,
states here and
theek
then
hai.
islands
Yeah.
in.
So the domestic teams.
Yeah.
Domestic teams.
Yeah.
And I think one of these days we
That can
must
be
do that.
States.
Yeah, very interesting.
Imagine getting players from Victoria.
Yeah, like that.
So it could be New South
Victoria,
Wales.
Western
It could be New
Australia.
South Wales.
Yeah.
Versus Colombo versus Bombay,
Yeah.
Karachi,
Colombo also, yeah.
Colombo. Huh?
Dhaka.
Unfortunately,
A few of them are.
they won't measure up to what you're looking at.
What about teams like Hampshire?
Yorkshire.
County teams, Yorkshire.
I think Yorkshire would be.
Without overseas players,
yeah.
Yeah. So exactly.
then it's unfair.
So Yorkshire would have given
Natal for South Africa. Natal.
you. Yeah.
Chandresh is pointing out, please, it is Mumbai, not Bombay. So when you
Chandresh, I'm an old timer.
But why haven't you changed the name of Bombay Stock Exchange?
Yes.
Even the
Ask-
court.
Bombay would always remain Bombay for me.
Bombay.
Yeah.
To be very honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bombay.
Same is the
Very
case.
हाँ,
Yes.
I'm an old timer. Yeah.
Bombay is Bombay.
and when the names were being changed, I still call Kolkata Calcutta.
Why are you flashing this again?
Calcutta, Madras,
Move
Bangalore.
Although I like the Madras change. Yes, I like the Madras change, but in others I didn't.
You like the Madras change? I like
love it.
Madras as name.
Madras was used as very racist. This thing.
Why?
Madrasi.
What? No, that people started using, but the name itself had no connotation.
Yeah, people call us Punjabis.
Yeah, I don't know. I think how you yourself take it.
No, everything, even if you are Andhra, even if you are Kerala, even if you are Kannada,
that
was
was
not
not
Madrasi.
That's for the North Indians.
That is
Everything down
was a-
south.
that
They're
is
ill-informed, no?
exactly. That is lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
As far as these people who used to call every South Indian a Madrasi.
Yes.
I don't know
That's ignorance.
why people take it as an abuse or something. Punjabi.
So at least
Madrasi.
the
Like a lot of South Indian, by the way, just for them,
Gujarati,
North
Bihari.
Indians were Punjabis only.
yeah.
They wouldn't understand
That's
that
the-
the
that's
So we've at least united
Yeah.
all of them.
All of them.
All of them.
One entity totally. North में पूरा पंजाबी is there.
Like Delhi was like considered Punjabi only, whereas Delhi has so many different
many,
population.
yeah.
Like the Gujars here, the Jats,
Jats.
so many.
All of them.
Yeah.
Acha, Pankaj Kashyap is saying Venkatesh Iyer is injured, but selector can look in
Abhishek Sharma.
Abhishek Sharma,
Sharma. He got 100 today.
Yep.
Sanveer Singh and
2018.
Ramandeep. If they want to groom an all-rounder, they are doing good. I think one name that should be ahead in this race, you mentioned about Nishant Sindhu. I think one name that we've already seen is Tilak Verma, by the
Tilak
way.
Verma. Yeah.
He is already going to get his chances.
Exactly. He's a.
But does he bowl?
Yeah, he's a good left-arm spinner.
Okay.
He's bowled.
He didn't bowl in the
IPL.
Didn't he?
No, I can't.
I can't
remember.
He's a pretty decent left-arm spinner.
He played under 19s last year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He couldn't have been part of the World Cup because of that rule that they had.
Rahul
Yeah.
Dravid, the one that
Only one edition you can play.
Yeah.
That's
Next one, कोई है Shivam? Before we wind up.
Yeah.
नहीं, okay.
How many people are watching us
Shivam,
right now, Shivam?
99,000.
1400.
Shivam, what is this? Come here. Come here. इसका देखो यार. Come here. Turn around. Alopecia. Go. Yes, you're suffering from alopecia.
Next time,
I'm telling you.
go with him.
Go with him.
Take
I'll
those
take you
steroids-
along, yeah.
Take those
Onion.
steroids.
No,
Steroids.
yaar. No
Steroids.
shortcuts.
He takes.
Go. Go. No, you will have to get shots done on your head. I'll tell you.
पता चला ये बोले सर वो गलती से बार-बार.
ये कब से है? ये कब से है? नहीं, I also thought the first time. I also thought the barber has done it.
At least ask him.
Do you know? There's this.
ये क्या हुआ है? ये जो पैच है पीछे.
Small patch.
चोट कब लगी?
चोट लगी.
कब लगी थी?
अब
तब से बाल ही नहीं आए.
अब
फिर
बोलो.
बैठ जाओ.
एलोपेशिया. बदला भी स्टेरॉइड ले रहा होता.
Sit.
So Chandra said we are going to boycott all of you guys in Mumbai if you.
in Bombay. you mean.
No, in Mumbai, he said.
By the way,
Tilak Verma bowled off-spin
Chandresh, can we call Chandresh a Madrasi?
He is. He's a proud Madrasi.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, he's not a Madrasi. I'll tell you why.
He's a
Tamilian.
He's a Tamram.
He's not because he's not from Madras. He's
Okay.
born and brought up in Mumbai. So he's Mumbaikar.
He's a
But he's
Tamram.
Yes, he's a Tamilian.
Yeah, maybe so.
Tamram, whatever.
yeah.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
No,
You are
he's
Bhopali, Surma Bhopali.
But I was born in Mumbai.
No, that.
but
he was
then you are Surma Bhopali.
but he never left Bombay.
चलो यार आप लोग
क्या
मतलब
करे?
You
घर की बातें बाद में करना.
you've
Let
lived
us-
a nomadic life.
Nomadic life, बिल्कुल.
Bhopal.
Let us.
Delhi,
Bhopal,
Bangalore.
Mumbai,
Mumbai,
Chennai.
So
Chennai,
what were we
Delhi.
discussing?
Selection.
Have we come to any conclusion?
Yes.
No.
What?
Yes.
What?
That the problem lies with the system.
Okay.
That's what
So
you
do we
said.
continue tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes.
Part 2,
Chapter 2.
chapter 2. And you.
But you've still
Until
not
the
been
World
able
Cup,
to pinpoint the problem, system, the problem.
Can you highlight that question? Rahul is, what is he saying? Is directing to you?
First sack. Oops.
No, but you're talking about the problem. Rahul, that's the problem. There's not one
one
problem.
that
There's not one
E is
problem.
equal to
Yeah.
MC square.
There's not one problem.
that's the right formula, by the way. E is equal to MC.
Now, in this, you've got problem of plenty.
Yeah, E is equal to MC square.
Have you watched
Einstein.
the movie Sharabi?
What was E?
हाँ, अमिताभ बच्चन.
Yeah. उसमें there's a dialogue. Tambu and bamboo. So the problem is selectors are just one bamboo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you got the captain and the coach.
Yes.
Then you have the BCCI. And then you've got the others, the domestic cricket. The problem lies in your domestic cricket.
Yes.
Have you told people that a world record was made today? History's been created today. In 1 over, a player who's
7
aspiring to play for India has hit 7 sixes.
Yeah, he's already played for it.
Yeah, so he's aspiring to make a comeback. Have you told your viewers that it's a historic day?
Yes.
We have told.
He's made a
Yeah,
big
your
deal.
show should have been on him.
What? That he should be part of the Indian
No,
team?
then people
No.
will say, why did you not make a show that day when so many runs were scored?
No.
Narayan Jagadish.
Narayan Jagadish.
So why did you not do a show that day?
What is the record?
Only player in history to hit 7 sixes in 1 over.
No, that's Ruturaj.
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 Yeah.
Jagdishan scored 270
Why that we made two separate?
in a 50-over game.
No, you're
Yeah.
talking about Indian domestic first
Indian
class?
domestic.
No, that's the world record.
No,
No,
it's not a
7
world
sixes.
record.
7 sixes.
7 sixes
Yeah,
is
it's a
not a
world
world record.
Who's hit more than...
7 sixes in an over.
1 over. Who's it?
Check.
No.
Eh?
They
It's a
could this will be a world record. They could be a most runs in an over record, which may be separate.
That is, he's level
Most
on 43.
sixes.
Do you also know?
Most sixes in an over.
Do you also know that the under 19, the Kuch Bihar is on?
Yes.
Punjab, my state Punjab,
Yeah.
scored 925 runs in an innings against Arunachal Pradesh,
The bane,
who got bowled out for 65 and 66.
the bane that Lodha
So,
committee left us with.
so Punjab won that game by an innings and 790 runs.
The highest ever in first class cricket ever.
So why are you not celebrating that? The problem is
Lack of.
your domestic cricket
Yes.
has become very lopsided.
Yep. Clear.
And then you get these runs, these wickets, and then you talk about selections.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming Ruturaj or Jagdishan or the Punjab team. They did what they ought to do. But the fact is, these runs will not be counted, unfortunately. Because there's no standard in the competition, there's no quality in the competition.
Yep.
You need tough games. You need, a cricket like Sheffield Shield. 5 states, 4 states?
Yeah.
Which is why I used to say when people said that, Rahane is out of form, Pujara is out of form, let them go back and play domestic cricket and come. Said that is of no use because these guys in domestic cricket will get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds after every match. But does that then signify that they're back
See,
in
the
form?
moment,
That is not going to happen.
the moment your intent is to improve the 20, 25 players you want to play for the country, you will never improve as a cricketing nation. You will improve as a cricketing nation only when you try to improve the domestic structure. I think the board has done fabulously well with the prize money and all, with the mad fees and everything. And domestic tournaments happen glitch free. All the facilities are provided. I think they need to go back.
Yes.
They need to go back.
Don't provide them with these kind of
No, they need to go back. They can't have, unfortunately, they can't have Arunachal, Manipur, with due apology, playing against Bombay, against Delhi.
Take away their voting rights also.
No, let them have their own league. One of the teams can play in the elite every year, and the others get relegated. That's the way it ought to be. And I think just like Test cricket, why is Test cricket dying? Because there are lopsided contests.
No, but Test cricket is
So
dying only
Ranji
in
Trophy-
India, by the way.
Huh?
Test cricket is dying only in India when you host matches here in India.
No, but tell me about Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, I'm talking about you.
You tell
will
me
wake
about South
up-
Africa.
You will wake up at. I will watch that.
Oh, no.
India had
Proud.
such a great series in South Africa, by the way.
No, we will
No.
watch, but what the fact is, cricket as a sport is also dying in
That's
South
what I'm
Africa.
saying. See, Australia,
I think
England.
in the past also it has happened.
Priorities.
In South Africa, cricket was dead.
South Africa.
West Indies,
I
they
think
came
after
back.
Virat Kohli
They
became
came
the
back.
captain,
They got the
I'm
game. No,
saying
West
they
Indies.
in
Right.
India also,
Yeah.
he started
you
giving relevance
I
to
get
Test
you.
cricket.
I'm saying
because he also
I
wanted
wake
to
up at
excel
4
in
a.m.
Test
in the
cricket.
morning to watch a match, a Test match in Australia.
Chalo
even
bhai.
if it doesn't feature an Indian team.
चलो यार,
I agree. Very few. Take the final comment. Arcore.
Recently, India fielded 3 teams in the chess Olympiad held in Chennai.
Yeah.
One nation equals 1 team is not logical. In that case, if not for
Yeah, if not for 1947, there would have been 2 less teams. Yes, it would have been. On that note, see you. Bye bye.
Yep.
Any conclusions?
Problem lies with the system.
Conclusion we started and
No, everybody knows the problem lies with the solution, but
nobody
that's an
is-
easy way out.
He has a
Ready to
conclusion.
pinpoint that particular problem.
So let
I
us
think we need to get
let
out
us
of that
pinpoint
fandom.
five
Exactly what you said
Five
about
ills.
COA or COA.
ills tomorrow.
Yep.
You had a
No. Chapter 2 was
Sanju
will be
Samson का क्या
tomorrow.
हुआ?
We'll have 5 people here.
वही same.
No, but you started with Sanju Samson. You must.
he's saying Abhishek Singh is but Jethalal hit 50.
Oh yeah, 15 8 balls. Everybody was saying, maybe that's the
The record is first class. Huh?
Yeah, maybe that's the
You
record.
know
you're searching.
Jethalal?
We need to give relevance to domestic cricket.
But do you know Jethalal?
No.
Who's hit 50 and he knows about him and
Jethalal, you don't know
Jethalal once hit 50 runs. Yes, in just 8 balls.
Who is Jethalal?
in domestic
In
league.
in domestic cricket, he hit 50 of 8 balls.
Who is
Gokuldam
Jethalal?
Premier League.
Gokuldam Premier League में he hit 50 of 8 balls.
Okay.
But one of them argued you can only hit 48. उसमें सिर्फ 2 no ball थे.
So Tanuj Pamar has done that many a times, yeah.
I think Lee
How many balls did Tanuj get his half century in that 10 league that we won?
9 balls.
Yeah, 13 is an insult. 13
See,
तो
9
even
balls
you and me
तक
can do.
Possible है to get the
I
fastest.
think 9 or 10 balls.
Must be 9 or 10. वही fastest हो सकता है.
13 would be an insult to Tanuj, yeah.
See, that's what I was saying. I think
He will not play a game tomorrow.
Lee German,
Lee German, the New Zealand captain.
New Zealand
Yeah,
captain,
right.
former New Zealand captain. I think he holds that record of most number of sixes. But that wasn't a. I'm not too sure about whether it was a first class game or not. I
See,
don't think.
Bert,
चलो जी बड़ा कम कर दो यार अब बस करो यार बस करो यार we have to go
What is the
77.
conclusion?
See, German.
अरे there is another दुकान we have to go to यार
Oh yes.
there is another दुकान we have to go to
Discuss. See you
Yep, we will
tomorrow.
discuss
Bye
it.
bye.
Chapter 2 tomorrow. Subscribe to Sports Today. Thank you. Bye bye. Vanakkam.
Tarak.